So, H2O, Halloween 20 years later. I've been watching all of the Halloween movies, and I took a little break, so I've been watching them still over the course of my break, and I watched H2O the other night. H2O, what it does is it's the seventh movie in the franchise, so it's technically Halloween 7. But what they did is they undid 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this is a sequel to Halloween 2. So now we're getting into the confusing ass fucking timeline portion of the Halloween reviews. Halloween H2O. I love that it's called H2O because it's fucking stupid. What a stupid fucking name. Halloween H2O? What a fucking goddamn stupid fucking name. I know, and I love it. And I love it. So H2O has Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know why Jamie Lee Curtis isn't in 4, 5, and 6. The Cheese trilogy. Like, they got Loomis, Donald Pleasance, but they didn't get Jamie Lee. I don't know. Maybe she didn't want to do it. I'm not sure. But anyway, so she came back for Halloween H2O, which again undoes 4, 5, and 6, right? So now we're in a timeline where 4, 5, and 6 never happened. This is after 2. And it takes place in 1998, the year it was released. And it takes place 20 years after Halloween 1 and 2. So Halloween 1 and 2 take place over one evening, right? And then 20 years later, Jamie Lee Curtis is fucked up. And a lot of this movie deals with, like, trauma. Where, like, Jamie Lee Curtis, her character Laurie Strode, is 20 years later. She still can't get over it. And I think that this movie does a pretty good job of showcasing how trauma, like, one event in your life, like, dealing with, like, a murder rampage, or could be a car crash, could be anything. Like, one major traumatic event in your life can affect you in significant ways for decades. And that's what this movie kind of showcases, right? So, like, the first half of the movie is, like, her being, like, hella paranoid, freaking out, like, seeing visions of Michael Myers, right? And then when she finally sees Michael Myers, right, she thinks that, oh, that can't be Michael Myers. I'm having a traumatic episode. I'm hallucinating. Right, so anyway, but Michael Myers comes back, kills a bunch of motherfuckers. Honestly, though, the kills in this movie are really good. Like, on the core, like, gore of a slasher film, the kills in this movie are really good. And then my favorite moment in this movie is when Laurie Strode chops Michael Myers' head off at the end of the film. Now, again, we're going to be talking about Halloween Resurrection, a sequel to this film, in a moment here. But I love that part where she's like, you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm taking this axe. I'm chopping your fucking head off. But again, this movie was just good. I enjoyed the kills. The characters, whatever. But you have Jamie Lee Curtis, right? So, like, she's the star of the show, right? Her, like, kid wants to go to, like, Yosemite Park or some shit. But then he doesn't. But, like, she thinks that he's at the Yosemite Park, but he's not. And then Michael Myers is showing up. So, who knows? There's, like, her trauma, it creates, like, strife in the mother-son relationship, which I think, again, it's portrayed really well. Like, the kid is 17, right? And the Halloween event was 20 years ago, right? So, 3 years after Halloween, she had a kid, right? So the kid doesn't really know much about that, but, like, she's still fucked up from the event, and that can cause, like, again, family strife. Like, like, she tries really hard to shelter the child, and then eventually says, I shouldn't be doing this, and it caused, and I think that the best part of this movie, in my opinion, is how it showcases how trauma after an event such as, you know, the event in Halloween 1 and 2 can affect someone's life permanently, right? And then you got Michael Myers, who comes back. Who knows how? Doesn't matter. He comes back and he chops people up and fucking stabs them, and it's, you know. So yeah, it's a good movie. I like H20. It's a good movie. So there you go. That's Halloween H20.